Welcome, my lords, to Anorian for the 2v2 replay commentary in the Lord of the Rings, the Battle for Middle-earth 1 on the patch 2.22, in a great matchup between the Mordor player, Halbrand 9, his ally, the Isengard player, Safe Lords, their opponents, the Rohan player, Fox, and his ally, top right, is the Gondor player, Marco Mack. So basically, a good against evil, the united forces of Isengard and Mordor versus the defenders, Gondor and Rohan. And of course, Blacksmith farm opening, nothing crazy about that one. Gondor has not too many options. We will have 2 farm opening for Rohan. He will only get 1 more peasant because he didn't want to wait for this farm over here. You can always start with double peasant, but then you don't have the resources to capture the outer settlements. It's a choice. I don't think it's bad or great to do this. It can work better in some certain situations when you have early 2 peasants coming from the farms, which will give you a much greater push power. But if it doesn't work, your eco is going to be damaged badly. And by the way, land has been used from Gondor, but Mordor was able to cover this. It means no heal available, but also not the Eye of Sauron available for the defense over here. The Isengard player is trying to defend his ally settlement. Bunch of laborers are repairing, but it's just not enough to save the lumber mill. It's a good start from the Gondor Rohan team. They were able to destroy 2 lumber mills in total, which is pretty good. Now the question is going to be, what is their strategy for the mid to late game? I mean, most common thing is to go for Irma, Theoden and Rohirrim archers for the mobile army, but there are plenty of options. For example, this player could go for the Rohirrim, and this player, instead of going for the stable, could go for Faramir or Boromir, and then try to level them up, make combos, ask his ally to recruit Theoden for him, and you go for a big push, which is going to be ready way quicker, and it's stronger in the mid game. But also this player could go for the middle camp, for example. Controlling the middle on the map Anorian is basically the heart of the map and will give you the control of the whole map and a better hit and run power. So this farm over here is going to be taken down. Irma is about to join the battlefield. The eco not looking that great for Mordor. I think he was cash looting a lot. Normally you want to have full beast before the first knight is on the field, and before the second knight is on the field you want to have your troll cage so you can defend. Otherwise you will have a hard time getting the resources you need for the mid to late game. And this Isengard is ultra broke, by the way. He has a Uruk pit level 2, that's true, but his eco is not looking good by all means. That means he will need at least 5 more minutes before he can get ready, you know, for the mid game. So he needs to get the armory, he needs to purchase all the upgrades. That's gonna take him a while. But he can try to get to this point by getting some pikemen and defend himself. And later on also his ally will potentially send some trolls to him to defend him. But the start isn't the greatest. And all of that is because the Isengard player didn't see the peasants coming from the bottom side. So he was going through the middle, which is always like a gamble situation. If you want to go through the middle, what you can do is you capture this lumber mill and send one of the workers immediately to this spot. So you basically, or to this spot here, you basically will see the peasants coming. What you can do then is you can use the worker here to try to lure the troll from the lair and make him chase the peasants. So that's gonna be great if you manage to do this. But overall, even if it doesn't work, it's gonna increase your reaction time because you will see the peasants way before they reach out to your lumber mill. The eco is looking a bit greater thanks to the industry on this level 2 furnace over here. And Rohirrim archers before Theoden. That's a mistake in my opinion. Here I would like to get Theoden and to share experience with him. So he would get almost level 4 and Theoden would get level 2 out of this. Then you can try to creep the troll layer by using the spear throw. So what I like to do here is I like to go for Irma, Theoden, Eowyn combination. So with Eowyn and Irma, I can also easily creep these troll layers. And Eowyn is super cheap and affordable, so it's a great investment for later on. And also when it comes to deal with the trolls, with the Nazgul Witch King, she's going to be great. And the more levels she will have, the greater amount of damage the spear throw from her will deal. Without fire arrows, nor Theoden leadership, it's going to take you a while to kill those pikemen. It's going to be enough to draw the tension. The base is still not looking that great. The troll cage is 2 trolls away from getting to hit level 2, which is the requirement for the drummer trolls to be recruited. The base from Gondor, as expected, is looking great. He never lost any, I mean, he didn't lose this one. He lost this one once, but you know, that's totally okay. Upgrade wise, let me take a look into this. Forge blades purchased, heavy armor about to be purchased, so that means they are making the preparations already for the first push. However, they will have to encounter plenty of trolls and also pikemen. And there comes the cripple on Irma. I don't think he can get away from this situation. Or heal, maybe he can. The troll should help, actually, you know? The troll should really help. Oh my god. The miscommunication, because he was expecting the pike and lords combo to take down the Irma no matter what. But it's always better to go for safety. So you wanna make sure that your trolls are hitting the Irma. And it doesn't really matter that much who's gonna get the last hit on him. Because lords, in that specific matchup, later on with drummer trolls being close to the combos, will level up anyway. And now he has been even taken down. That's gonna take you now, you know, like 1 minute and 45 seconds to get him on the field, which is going to be a great amount of time for Irma, Theoden, and Eowyn to do whatever they want to do. Now they don't need to be afraid of him anymore from enemy lords. And I told you before, the spear troll combination, Irma got also level 4 out of this. That's awesome. Did he lose Theoden actually? Nope, he didn't. Archer range coming first, which I like a lot. Some people like to go for the armory, but you know, this is a situation you can never fight the enemy army anyway. So your goal is to deal damage and disengage whenever they try to back, you know, fire you back. So you can't fight face to face against combos from Isengard. Your goal is to increase your DPS. That's possible with fire arrows. So you can kill the pikemen and trolls. Later on also the Nazgul and Witch King way quicker. Level 3 Irma, Theoden, that's pretty good actually. So now he will be almost level 4 from this push. That's going to unlock the glorious charge. And you know, that's a good combination here when your ally is good faction and he builds a well. You don't need to build a well yourself. Always manage your spots wisely because you don't have unlimited amount of them. Archer range level 2, fire arrow about to be purchased. That's pretty good. Armory is going to be rebuilt. I think he didn't upgrade them. Lords is back on the menu. And troll cage is level 2. We will get to see a bit more trolls, which are supposed to be here, by the way. They should be defending these lumber mills against those Knights of Gondor. But remember what I told you like 5 minutes ago, that Isengard would need a lot of time to get ready. And that's the perfect example that the statement was definitely true. Look the glow. This is crazy amount of leadership, by the way. And later on, there is also going to be a Gandalf potentially. Does he have the power points for Gandalf the White? Let me take a look. Nope, he does not yet, at least. But he needs only a power point, which should not be super difficult. Beautiful. I don't know about that heal actually. They were already full HP. Maybe he was scared. But you can't go for an overheal. I like this, actually. So what you want to do as Mordor here to always defend from inside your base. Inside your base you want to be defending, okay? You don't want to be outside. You want to be inside. So the towers can help you. And chasing is the last thing you want to do. Because otherwise this is going to happen. That the Knights of Gondor will demolish every one of your buildings. So that's a difficult matchup for Eisen Mordor in the mid game. In the late game it's going to look a bit different. But in the mid game, you don't have a great amount of army to defend both at the same time. No heavy armor, by the way. You should always try to finish this level 2 Rohirrim Archer. He will keep pushing a little bit. Land will be used, covered, and again covered. Now this is the land from Gondor, if I'm not mistaken. And Gandalf the Grey has been recruited. The Siege Wargs, that's gonna make the life from the Mordor Isengard team to a nightmare. In the late game, what you want to do with Eisen, in that specific matchup, is you want to make a great, like, large army. You want to have like at least 4 or 5 combos. 2 or 3 of them will be used to push in the center. They will always need the support of the drummer troll and plenty of trolls. But then few of them, at least 1 or 2 battalions, will be guarding each castle. And also in each castle, because of that, your ally needs to have a drummer troll to always support the combos inside the base. Because that's a mobile army. They can, when they see you in the middle, they know, okay, this guy is in the middle, he has 0 defense in his castle, let's go to his castle. And for that reason, you need to be prepared. You need to basically stall the game until Mordor has enough resources to go for the Witch King, to maximize your damage leadership. So 1 combo is not going to be enough, of course. And this pikeman, you need to be careful because the solo pikeman is, of course, way faster compared to a combo. The push is about to happen. Gandalf turned white and the pressure is real. Now it's all about pumping more and more armies. Make more and more combos. That's all you need to do. Lord's looking to cripple, but does he have the damage what it takes to kill? He's gonna cripple indeed, but Istari should have been used, by the way. Beautiful trample into these combos. No pikemen, no protection, but Gandalf is in big trouble. And he's gonna go down, of course. He's gonna go down. And what is the Rohan player doing in the meantime? I don't know what he was doing actually. You always want to be interactive in this map, you know? You don't want to be chilling here and waiting for everybody to be back full HP, waiting for the one more Rohirrim to come. You can always put pressure and do that stuff what I just mentioned in the meantime, like simultaneously. Does he have darkness? He must be closer because he killed the enemy Gandalf. He's like 2 power points and a half away. Spear throw. Okay, good amount of damage dealt by the trolls. He has plenty of them, one of them being even level 5. And I like the move that they wanna go to the Gondor base, but Rohan base is always the better target. It's just less durable. And the second you see this catapult, you wanna bail. Okay, you don't wanna commit now at this point of the time anymore. Isengard is only a few pikemen. He has nothing else. Lord's all about to be level 5 though. That's pretty good. And never commit to this. Never commit to this. You see the yeoman, you see the trebuchet. Okay, you are like, okay, you know what? This guy will be easy to besiege. And change the target to Rohan. Oof, what a hit, boy. Getting closer to the darkness. Which is like even more leadership for the Isengard Mordor team. Remember, both the players, Rohan and Gondor, went for the Elven Wood. So, Isengard needs to know this. And he should always go for his own land too. Always. Because, look, listen, about the land is, the Gondor Rohan team, they are forced to use the land first. So, what will happen is, either Gondor or Rohan will use their land for the first engage with the Glorious Charge Trample. Then your ally will cover this. Then the other player, either Gondor or Rohan, who didn't use their land yet, will use it. And then you are forced to be on the lane, which will mean you will have no leadership whatsoever. For that reason, you need to be ready with your own land. So at the end of the lane spam, your lane is what should be remaining. Gandalf is back from the graveyard. Lurtz has been killed before, I didn't pay attention. He's super close to level 5. And Isengard is making more and more armies, that's pretty good. I like what he's doing. Pikeman and combo combination in the castle over here. Pikeman crossbowman combination. Uruk crossbowman combination. 3 battalions in total. The trolls should always be babysitting the combos. They should not be solo at this point of the time of the game anymore. Because the raw amount of damage from these Rohirrim archers is just too great to be ignored. All they need to do, that sounds maybe like not very interactive, but that's how it is. They should just stay with the combos for the glorious charge. So when they charge now, your trolls should be just smashing here. What I would like to do here, by the way, the second they do this, I like to capture the camp. So the land will disappear and these horses will get slaughtered. Ooh, okay, beautiful actually. He was lucky that they got knocked down. Sometimes they don't get knocked down. That's gonna hurt. Beautiful. And now you are screwed because it's gonna be like a short duration self-stun. When Gandalf is using the Easter Elite, just few seconds after it's been used, you can't move for like 2 seconds, which is more than enough time for the trolls to smash you and potentially even take you down or force you to heal. They want to push, statues building up, but catapults are coming and there is nothing that can stop these catapults. Drummer should be closer to this area. The katas will be sent inside the bees. And you want to place them here one, here one, here one, and maybe here one, like behind the farm so they can shoot over it. Aragorn also has been recruited for even better leadership. There is no more glorious charge, and he's gonna go down to the Goblin Town. Don't overchase. Good job. But now no more cripple. Now Gandalf wants to punish him. But you can't just stay there and use the Easter Elite, by the way. These combos, they do hurt a lot. Oh my god, don't trample, please. Don't trample, please. Oh, he lost a lot of his Rohirrim archers. Did he lose almost all? I think he has only 1 battalion left, actually. Theoden has been also killed. That's a lot of economical damage dealt. But the camp from the Gondor Rohan team is just a lot of, like, really powerful. And super difficult to break through. So what can you do in that specific situation? I will explain you. So Isengard has a ring, right? So what you want to do is you want to force a fight. Oh, that's a bad... This combo should never run. They should always be with it. He could have killed at least Eomer. Don't commit with the Witch King. So what you want to do... Listen. We need to get lords for first pick. I like to go here for the Warg Riders. So I want to ride through my combos. Use Warchant Reen. So Reen is going to make those units super weak. They will deal way less damage. Warchant Hole, you go in with the Wargs. Focus the Trebuchet in buildings only. And he will try to protect the Trebuchet by moving them or with the Rohirrim archers. And in the meantime, you push with your combos in. But if you don't have a counter to the enemy Trebuchet, they will slaughter your army. Long story short. And special summon is available for the Rohan player. Rohirrim summon available for Gondor. And Mordor is 1 power point away from his darkness. So he can go for more trolls, of course, but what I like to do is to go either for Mumma kills or my own catapults. Like Mumma kills, of course, they are not super tanky against fire arrows, but it means they cannot be ignored. So because he needs to micro to dodge the Mumma kill charge, that's gonna give your allies combos to damage freely. And the players have a bunch of targets they need to get through. They need to kill Witch King, Saruman, Lords, Trolls. And then the additional to that, also the Mumma kills. Okay, this is going to be the push. But land combo is available. Land, the ability will be used. Cover. Try to steal. I don't know if he was able to steal anything. But the Ents are going to war in between the army. Kill Eomer maybe. Rohirrim summon. But this is the land from the Gondor Rohan team I told you before. The trolls are coming. The Ents are still alive. There comes the Easter Light on the Witch King. Witch King needs to fly away. I mean, combos have almost nobody who can shoot. Fireball, that's a good one. The trolls are gonna come here to save the day. Darkness available, but you don't wanna use it now. Be careful with the Saruman, don't overchase. That's a good fight for the Mordor Isengard team. Lord almost back from the graveyard. And Eowyn got killed, but good thing is that Eomer and Theoden, they are more important. Both survived, and also Gandalf survived that. Witch King and Saruman survived too. And all of that is because they didn't use the double land. So basically what's gonna happen now is these lands are from Mordor. So they can be used from the Gondor Rohan team to regain their leadership bonuses. So because you need to know this, you wanna be babysitting this area. There are some peasants, by the way. And I like that. Always have a backup army. So you, yeah, exactly. Don't allow them to step on that land. But they are preparing for the push. There is no combo here. Ooh, that's gonna be bad. Oh my god, too many catapults, man. This is so, like, crazy. That's good if they destroy this. That's very good, actually. But it's tanky building. Everything is shooting at you. Everything is level 3 by now. And Mordor is getting more and more power points collected. The drummer trolls will be the target cripple. Oh my god, that's gonna be slaughter. He missed it. No more history. Aragorn has been crippled too. And he's gonna go down to the Goblin Town. Okay, beautiful. That's great. 9 power points collected for Isengard. 4 power points collected on top of the end summon for Rohan. And Gondor didn't kill too much, actually. He should play with the trebuchet. Like, he's waiting. They are just there for the babysitting. So you can always leave few of them in the castle, but with 3 or 4 you can move out. Isengard. Okay, he's gonna go for their own siege weapons with the ballista. I would much rather go for the... Oh my god. I would much rather go for the Walk Riders. Like, definitely. Look, this is gonna be bad, bro. You will just feed lots of power points. Easter Light has been used. One part of the wall has been broken, breached. But the trolls will keep getting knocked down on the ground over and over again. The level 5, I hope he can survive. He will be barely able to survive this. In the meantime, not land trample. Beautiful fireball from Saruman. He's getting almost to level 7. Gimli is gonna be the target. Here you wanna... Boom! That's a great blast. Land combination. Land is gonna be used. Not gonna be covered this time. This land, by the way, was from Mordor. Isengard still didn't go for the land because he wants to make sure that he can go faster for the Balrog. But he would have a much easier life if he would go for the land. Like, imagine, like, remember how many times... Oh my god, please don't die, Witch King. That's so much leadership gone for no reason. You didn't pay attention to this. Look, they cannot fight here. That's the problem. Because he doesn't want to use the land. But look, you can't fight here. You can't fight here. You have so many places now where you can't fight anymore. Isengard should... Like, this is not needed. Why would you need this? Like, you don't want a siege war between siege weapons. That's not something you want. You want to... You don't need them to break in. The trolls already did this. The part of the wall has been breached. So what you want now is an army that can go inside the bees and destroy all the trebuchet. And for that you need the Walk Riders. The Rohirrim summon will be used. The commitment onto the level 3 Uruk pit, which is the heart of this beast, means you will have way slower production speed. The push continues. Like, if the Witch King would be alive, this would never be possible, by the way. But remember, Witch King got killed before. But the push shouldn't be going on much longer. Okay, 13 power points collected. Rohan is the closest one. Oh my god, what are you doing, man? This is not worth it. This is really not worth it. You can't do this anymore. You can do this only if the rain is available. If you use the rain, and they will lose a lot of their damage leadership. Otherwise, they have just too much leadership.
Oh, this is more like it.
Gimli is back from the graveyard. And that was, of course, giving even greater power points to Rohan. Now he's getting closer to the EOD. 2 power points only. And with the next Glorious Charge plus the End Summon, he might be able to get to this point. Eagle Summon available for Gondor. What I like to do is to go for the Cloudbreak. But also Eagles can be good in some certain situations. To kill the enemy heroes at least. That's gonna be from the Isengard player. He needs to now revive his Saruman. But the base has not enough protection. So it's gonna be the target from the Gondor player over and over again. And Rohan is just, you know, basically... I don't want to be saying camping, but being like ready for the defense. Letting his ally push. And he himself will try to defend. Witch King almost back from the graveyard. The level 8 Gondor Knights and level 7 are too tanky. So they can tank these towers for a very long time. And look the way he needs to move. War Chant. Rain, okay. Land will be used. And you see, like most Isengard players don't ever like to use the land. But if they don't... Okay. The longer the game goes on, unless you can finish it, it's gonna be a big problem for you. Also, Gandalf is gonna go down, by the way. There is no way he can save him. Even with 5 heals, you should not be able to save him. AOD will be summoned immediately to counter the Balrog. Balrog should immediately fly inside the Genes and use the Ignite mid-fly. And use Breathfire as soon as possible. AOD will be split in 2 pieces. One of them is going to chase the enemy troll army. And this Balrog is going to fall down to the Goblin town. What you want to do when in that situation? Listen. I will explain you 1 second. But here the AOD was devastating, of course. Balrog's duration from the summon is longer compared to the EOD summon duration. And the wings ability, the fly ability from Balrog has almost no cooldown. So you basically can keep flying over and over again. And this way you can dodge. Oh my god! This is actually funny. The explosive mine didn't even destroy the trebuchet. Trolls were able to outrun the EOD, but Lords has been killed. Saruman has been killed. You want to go for double Uruk Pit at this point of the time. You want to have the fast production speed. Like, you have the eco. That's something people need to be improved at. They play the game in the late game like it would be early game. The reason why you play only with 1 Uruk Pit in the early game is because you don't have the eco to manage 2 of them at the same time. But in the late game you do. You have 7,000 resources. So there is no reason to not play with double pit instead of going for the double siege. Gondor is also getting closer, but Mordor needs much more power points. Reason being for this is the trolls are not super effective at this point of the time. Mumas would be more effective, or catapults. But you need to move with the catapults here, by the way. Trolls are charging. Like, trolls, they are of course super effective in small choke points. So when you fight ever the enemy in the castle, the trolls can be game changing. But outside, they can just run away from you. Like, at this point, he's just like sneaking or trying to sneak in some explosive mines. But if they ever pay attention, you should never be able. We need to keep an eye on that one, actually. $11 power points for Mordor. Everything is available from Mordor. Darkness. You want to push, basically. You want to push no matter what. What I like to do is go for Gollum. Go for Gollum. Here it is, Gollum. Put him somewhere here, just to see if ever Trebuchet will be sent to the Rohan bees. Because now he was able to send 4 of them actually. So you could have been able to see them being sent forward, and your Witch King could be sent forward to take him down. Scouting is super important at any stage of the game. You don't want to wait longer. Just push, 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 push. Level 10. Glorious Charge. Darkness. Witch King needs to be careful. What is Witch King doing, man? Lords has been killed without being able to cripple. Oof, that's gonna be bad. What are they? What are the Rohirrim archers? I mean, they killed, of course, Saruman, but is it worth it? Like, you are about to lose all your Rohirrim archers. Now for the trolls, they just should go in. I would just go in now at this point. Oh my god, so close. I would just go in at this point. Just go in. But Witch King unfortunately died. That's the problem. You don't want to lose Witch King. Look, Witch King is super strong as an individual hero in the mid game. But in the late game, when the armies from your opponent are getting too strong, he's more gonna be used like a walking statue. You can't tank this raw power of the Rohirrim archers with that amount of leadership. That's impossible. So you wanna put him behind. You don't need to be even that close to your army, because the leadership from Witch King is covering a large area. But the trolls should be sent inside here, by the way. Blast gonna be used there, by the way. Oh my goodness. Yeah, no water. There's like plenty of mistakes have been made. Like, you can't keep trying the same thing over and over again and hope for a different result. Sent in, yeah, finally. This is the building I was expecting to see 10 minutes before. Balrog is gonna be available. EOD is gonna be available very soon. And also Gondor has his own. But insta use of the EOD to finish off. Fly away. Keep flying away. Exactly. That's what you need to do. What I would like to do here is I would just like to go and destroy the siege works. Like, Gandalf could low-key kill him, by the way. Gandalf could low-key kill him. Now, just kill him. Oh my god, he's gonna kill him. And he's gonna get level 10 out of this. Yeah. Just like in the films, boys. Just like in the films. And you can't one-shot without the breath, without the ignite. You can ignite while you are in the, like, few seconds before you land. You can ignite, so the second you land, you will skip the animation of the ignite, so you are ignited pretty much the second you land. What is Lord's doing over here? Like, I mean, in this game, bunch of mistakes were made, but those mistakes, I'm grateful for them, because they lead to this game, to this stage of the game. Both players, both teams, they had the potential to win this game multiple times. Now, 2 EODs versus only 1 Balrog. 5 of them in the queue. Still only playing with 1 pit. Too many siege weapons. Okay, like, listen to me. What is the siege weapon good for? Okay, the siege weapon is good for either your army is weak, so you can't win against the enemy army, and you need the power of the siege because the enemy army is immobile. Ooh, son! Didn't even need to use the land, by the way. It was not needed. The word of power. But in this specific case, you don't need to break in. It's already broken. The enemy army is too mobile to shoot from a long distance with the siege weapons. And your army is already stronger than the enemy army. So that's the reason why he has. Like, maybe Mordor can go for the catapults. Mordor catapults are greater against units. Here's also some normal Rohirrim. Cloudbreak is gonna be used at this point. And also the EOD, that's good because Cloudbreak is able to slow down the trolls so they can't get away. And usually they are faster compared to the EOD summon, but Cloudbreak will make them slower so they will get outrun by the Oathbreakers. But they are trying to still maneuver, and of course the Roar ability is going to speed them up a little bit, which will give them enough speed to disengage. But the middle camp has been destroyed. Remember, Isengard was having only the pit in the main castle, in the camp in the middle. He has not even a pit in this main castle. Mordor is super close to Balrog, but it's not quite there yet. Darkness, but he has not a great army. I don't know where the catapults ever were. I have not seen the Mordor catapults actually. Maybe I didn't pay attention. Mumakill, bro, I told you. Mumakill is goated here. You use Mumakill, your ally will use Reen, so they will lose leadership, so they can't kill your Mumas in one shot anymore. Oof, what a push. Look, the damage output is illegal. Illegal damage output. And your Muma is charging, so they need to maneuver, they need to try to disengage, and that's gonna be the time for your ally to shine. Oof, okay, now that's gonna give him enough power points for Balrog. That's one way of getting the Balrog. I'm expecting the summon right here on the spot. But it was a little bit too late. He did have his window for the summon few seconds before. But even with the Balrog, like almost the whole castle from Mordor has been absolutely destroyed. Like, don't even try to get to the Aragorn. I mean, like, okay, you can chase him, of course, you can potentially even catch him, but what is it gonna give it to you? What is it gonna give it to you? You should have just used wings over and over again. Two Balrogs, it's the same time. Oh, that was funny actually. Oh, never mind. He was with the Warg Riders almost able to destroy. Oh, son. That's true actually. He was almost able to destroy the beast. Does Rohan have money? Not that much, but he has an army. That's even more important. Because now they know both the Balrogs have been used and they don't need to be worried about anything anymore. I think there was like at the same time like this push was happening with the Wargs. So imagine the Wargs a bit earlier. Fireball. Like many things can be game changing. One of the game changing things is when Saruman gets level 9 and unlocks the Thunderbolt. So you basically combine that Thunderbolt and right before it lands you press the Freezing Rain. Make sure that enemy lose all their leadership bonuses. And the ability, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, he just, like, the Explosive Mine almost one-shotted him. And before the Thunderbolt lands, use Rain and it basically will have the same effect like the Word of Power. You will one-shot everything. Two of them got stolen, but the Eagles will punish. And you can't save him anymore. It's not possible. And that should be the end of the game. I don't see it coming back anymore from the Mordor Isengard team. It's a good game. Definitely a back and forth game. Could go either way. And of course, it's easy for me to comment. Like, go for the Warg Riders, do this, do that. But when you are in the game, you don't see what a person sees when he's just casting the game, of course. Or you don't think this way, right? Because you have a lot of other things to think about and also to handle. AOD is gonna be available from Gondor very soon. Balrogs, both of them are still on cooldown. That's gonna be a big push. Rain is not available. Leadership is back on the menu. This army is looking super powerful. The big push incoming. Witch King dead. Only few trolls, but they should not cause any problems to the level 10 Rohirrim Archer. They will get one-shotted through this. Damage is illegal. Illegal damage, actually. Look this. If they ever get touched. Boom, boom. EOD. And that's going to be the end of Mordor. Just like in the films. Good factions beat the evil factions. Halbrand has been defeated. The Wargs are gonna be sent in. Cloudbreak can be used to stun them, by the way, just like easily. Double Cloudbreak available, and that's gonna stun them, of course. I'm pretty sure when this game will be happen tomorrow again, that this player called Safe Lords will know, okay, I need to make works against double cutter spam. Like double cutter spam in that meta, that the player had trebuchet in both the castles. So in order to get in, I need to use Freezing Rain, War Chant, Hole, send in the works first, destroy the trebuchet, and then I can just go in with my main army without being too scared about the potential trebuchet, destroying my army and win the game.
That is no Orcal.
The day may come when the courage of men fail, when we forsake our friends and break all bonds with fellowship. But it is not this day.
Strike forward! That is our road! Onward!
This day we fight. By all that you hold dear in this good earth, I beat you.
It must not stand! There they are!
Right now, right for ruin in the red dawn. Yeah, that's just like, you know, he's gonna not leave the game until the last building falls. That's a warrior kind of feeling. But there is no comeback potential anymore. The only way this player can win at this point is if these two players at the same time lose their connections. GG well played, Gondor and Rohan. Beat Mordor and Isengard. If you don't want to miss out future uploads on his channel, subscribe to the channel, leave a like to this video. I will see you next time. Take care, keep hitting like a dragon as always. Stay beyond standards. Peace out, boys.